Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your girl Dante, and I'm in the hot zone today. And in the hot zone, we have actress Deborah Joy Winans from TV One's new movie, Don't Waste Your Pretty. I'm super excited about this one because I think it's so relatable for all the ladies. Stay tuned.
I used to think
What is wrong with me?
I could never find
Seriously, what must be wrong with me?
someone
Isha gave him
to
everything,
come my.
and I saved nothing for myself.
Then suddenly
How do I find this
you
magical
appeared to
man?
me
The magic is in you. You make your own magic.
like the sun,
Yes.
bringing sunshine.
He was crazy not to fight for you.
How is it even possible that someone like you is still single?
Here.
So what are you gonna do about it?
I wanna be your one and only.
Deborah Joy, was there a moment in your life where you felt you were wasting your pretty?
Absolutely. I think for me, don't waste your pretty can mean in the bigger sense of the word is don't waste your purpose. A lot of times we find ourselves getting caught up in relationships and just situations that are not good for who we're supposed to be in this life. They're not our purpose. And when you're not living out your purpose, you are absolutely wasting all of your pretty. You're wasting your time, your energy, your resources. You are wasting everything that you've been put here to be because you're not living in your purpose.
Yes. Wow. Such a strong response. The other day I did a podcast and someone actually said to live in your purpose every day. That's a beautiful
Absolutely.
thing.
I love that.
There's dating apps like Black, and the thing that I loved about Don't Waste Your Pretty is that it focuses on Black love. Why do you feel that Black love is so sacred and so important to keep alive?
Ooh, I think that Black love is sort of the foundation of our culture. And when you try to rip the foundation, everything else sort of falls apart. And that's why it's important to keep Black love not just alive, but seen and understood. Love is the most powerful thing you can have. And when you represent our culture and our community in the way that it should, we thrive. We don't just survive, but we thrive in so many different ways. And that's all due to love. And the Black love is just, I think it's beautiful to see. You know, we are always being seen as the typical stereotypes, but when you get to see that real love, there's so much power, so much strength, so much beauty that comes from it.
Yes, definitely, especially with the stereotypes. So I think representation matters 100%. And I'm so
Absolutely.
looking forward to seeing the dynamics in these couples in this movie when TV One drops it. Speaking of digital and virtual, there's a lot of dating apps. There's virtual rooms now. And I feel like people like myself are not really comfortable with the virtual dating. So, what advice would you give to someone trying to maneuver dating during a pandemic?
Oh, I will say, first of all, I'm very grateful that I don't have to. Um, Next month, it will be 8 years I've been married to my husband.
Congratulations.
So I'm so very grateful for him. Um, I think that you just have to be careful. And I think that for me, I think the biggest thing that you can learn in this pandemic is just who you are. I think if you really sit down and reflect on you and continue to love yourself, when the time is right, you will find the person you're supposed to find. Don't be in such a rush that you just get on an app and you are not careful as to who you are giving your time, your energy, your resources to. Take a beat. The whole world has been on a pause. And so take the pause, reflect, continue to work on those things inside so that all of that will reflect on the outside. And then when it's time, it doesn't mean that an app won't work. Apps clearly work. But I
Yeah.
think you have to be careful. And I think you have to give yourself space to really see what's going on before you dive in and essentially waste your time, your efforts, your love. It's not for, I've just gotten to a point in life where I'm not wasting who I am for anybody. And so you give them time to come correct as well.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. And speaking of, like you're saying, digging and finding yourself inside, what about for a person who feels really confident? They feel they have all their things together, but still not bagging people, like still not getting any dating opportunities. What advice or tips would you give to someone?
You're not perfect. And so there's always room to grow. If you feel like you're at a place where you're perfect, then you probably have more work to do than you think.
Yes.
You know, there is always room to grow. I always want to look back and say, wow, I am better now than I was, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago. I always want to be getting better. And so there's always room to grow. And if you're not where you want to be, consider everything. What about your career and things that you're trying to grow there? Make sure you're always working on every aspect of yourself so that when the door does open for love or work or friendship, you are ready. You are at a place where you can say yes, where you can understand it, where you can put it in its place, and where you're not shaken or deterred if it does not work out the way that you think it should.
Amen. And based off this role, did you learn anything about yourself in regards to how you may perceive love or take in love or even give love?
I think that I learned that Janae is she's like so many people. A lot of times, I think particularly as women, when we go through things, we find it hard to talk about it because it's painful. It makes us very vulnerable. And so we dive into other things that make us feel better. We dive into our work. We dive into our friendships. We dive into making sure we're taking care of our families, our siblings, our parents, anything to take the focus off of what's really happening inside in your heart, the pain, just the toxic sort of relationship you're holding on to. And a lot of us do that, even if it's not just with love. We try to reflect outside what we really want to feel inside instead of completely doing the work and being transparent and saying, okay, I am going through this and this hurts. I also want to do this. How do I get from point A to point B? We sort of live in that inside and just try to busy ourselves with other things outside. And Janae, I think, will show people that at the end of the day, that's just not going to work. You're going to have to let that go so that you can move forward. And then she begins the process of letting go. And I think that that's very healthy for our viewers to see that are holding on and going through things. You got to let go before you can move forward. And here's how you can do that.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to see this movie. I really feel like every girl needs to be watching this. Every woman at home during this pandemic needs to be watching this on Sunday.
Yes, I love it. Thank you, Dante.
Of course. And do you consider yourself more of like the shooting your shot for a man, or are you more of the play it cool?
Pre-marriage?
Yes.
I think that I was more of the play it cool.
Okay.
I think that I guess you could probably ask my husband. I don't know. I feel like I was more of the play it cool person.
Okay.
Because, you can't let them see you sweat.
Yep. That's me too. That's me too, 100%.
Yeah.
And my last question for you, Miss Deborah Joy, is what is your love language?
Ooh. So that's also probably a question for my husband. I feel like I have so many. I feel like I like you to buy me things. Okay. I feel like I like acts of service. I feel like I want quality time. I feel like I want everything. I feel like every love language is my love language at some point during the
Me
day.
too. So I agree with you. I feel seen.
Yeah.
I was like, how do I break this down?
They're all me at different points, at different times, depending on what's happening, what's going on. I may just want some quality time. Or like, why did you show up and not bring me something to eat? Like,
Right.
what are we doing? It could be any number of things.
I love those responses. Thank you so much. And I cannot wait to see you play Janae in this new movie on TV One. Just congratulations on everything, Miss Deborah Joy.
Thank you, Dante. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. What's up, everybody? I am Deborah Joy Winans, and you are watching The Hot Zone.